Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special episode of PatFacts. Patrick here, Better Your Back Personal Fitness. Tonight we'll be joined by two very special guests, Darren and Marilyn. Darren's from the Terry Fox Run Edmonton, and Marilyn's from the Barrie Terry Fox Run, the run I take part in for the past number of years. This will be the fourth year I have a team in, a Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness team, but I've done the run here in Barrie and at base Borden and various places for many years now. So very excited. We're going to bring them on in just a few minutes, but I thought it was a unique day to do this, and it kind of just worked out this way. Today, September 1st in 1980, was the day that Terry unfortunately had to end his marathon because the cancer had come back into his body. So, and we all know Terry's message of it has to go on and has to continue, and that's developed into this is shirt say the try like Terry. These are this year's Terry Fox Run shirts. So we want to spread that positivity. We all talk about positivity pandemic here on PatFacts. We want to spread that and share that around with everyone in our communities, and keep Terry's message and his hope and his inspiration and his desire and his try moving forward. So feel free to reach out if you have comments or questions as we go. We'll give people a second to kind of pop in here. And again, we're going to chat with Darren, cancer survivor or surviving with cancer, Darren Park from the Edmonton Run Fox Run. Good morning or good evening, good afternoon, I guess, where you are. And
how are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you again for doing this. And we've got Marilyn from the Barrie Terry Fox Run here. Welcome. This worked out nice. Good, Darren. Good choice of shirts because you make like a between the two of us. It works so good.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for doing this and coming on. I was able to have Michael on last year and chat with him, and we had a really great conversation. I'm going to find that and repost that for those that maybe missed it last year. But again, it's really, really an honor to take part in this and to be involved with it. So maybe Marilyn, we'll start with you. If you can just maybe let us know. Because I think your two runs will be different this year based on where you are. So maybe Marilyn, you can give us kind of a quick run through of how the Barrie Terry Fox Run is going to look this year, and then Darren, you can let us know about the Edmonton version of the run.
Absolutely. So again, we're virtual this year in Barrie. We encourage everybody to go downtown to the location, Centennial Beach. If you want to go down there anytime during the day on September 19th. If you want to do it ahead of time, that's fine, at a time that suits you. We will be down at Victoria Square, the Terry Fox Committee, with our tent so that you can pick up your stickers. We'll be selling t-shirts. We have some swag for the kids. But yeah, we encourage you to go down, bring your team, walk, ride, bike, whatever you choose to do, and just get out and participate in the run.
Fantastic. In Edmonton, yeah. In Edmonton, we're pretty much the same, although ours is more of a hybrid version of it. We, of course, if you want to virtually do it all by all means. The only difference with ours and with what Marilyn's doing in Barrie is that we are going to have a live opening ceremony and start to it. And we found that last year we still had a lot of people come down, even though we didn't ask them to or even recommend them to. We're gonna have our speeches live open, and then we're very fortunate in Edmonton. We're at Kinsman Park, and you can go a multitude of ways away from us and walk social distancing with your family and your friends in your group. So we're going to start down at Kinsman Park at 10 o'clock, do our opening remarks, and have our normal opening routine, and then it will be virtual from then on. Don't come back. We might not be there. Actually, we will be there. We're going to stay all day. But we don't expect anything. There won't be anything to do other than say, "Hey, we're done. Give us a wave," and that's our Edmonton plan.
Awesome, and it's been really really unique to see last year and this year the different approaches taken by the Terry Fox Run and other fundraising runs and movement-based platforms as well. So I know even last year at this time, we thought maybe we were kind of opening up a little bit. And I had some clients say, let's meet and do the route, and we'll just keep our distance and see how things are going. And then it seemed to be creeping back up. So I said, no, let's just leave it and do it at your own pace. I was fortunate enough to record a warm-up for last year's Barrie edition of the Terry Fox Run. So it was a great, I was penciled in to do the in-person one, and that got kiboshed, obviously. So I did a virtual one and recorded it, and that was so great to do. And it's been really unique to, again, I think it's what I like about, I don't know if like's a strong word, but the good that's coming to the pandemic is some of these different methods we found to do some of these events. The Terry Fox Run I find is great because there's no pressure. Like you guys said, you can run, you can walk, you can rollerblade, whatever works for you. And that's always been great, and it's almost a selling feature for some people that I know that, and some clients that want to get into running and doing some races, but aren't sure maybe which way is the best way. And I say, Terry Fox is the way to go. We raise money for a great cause, and there's no pressure. If it takes you 3 hours, doesn't matter. Well, Darren might not be there. He's got places to be, but someone's usually there at the end of the route to greet you and congratulate you. And if not, again, you've done your part. So it's always a nice kind of starting point, I find, for some clients I deal with that want to run and things as well. So, and again, seeing the bringing forward, I think I love how all the committees embrace the try like Terry, and that's really come forward, and it's so important right now because we all have to do that every day as things are, but especially for the run, we have to bring forward his fortitude and his desire and his faith and his hope to keep things going and to keep things moving for cancer research, and again, just for us in general. So it's been really cool to see the adaptations that the clubs have made and the groups have made to that. So as both said, there's a multitude of options. With Barrie being virtual, I know I have some friends and family and clients from out east. I'm from there originally. They take part. They're going to join my team and do the run safely from where they are. So it's been really cool to bring everyone together that way and not be sort of restricted to your city or town, and to really get some good groups going and things like that. So I guess maybe we'll go with Marilyn. Is there anything you want to remind people of, or maybe either one of you, I guess, can maybe just remind us how to sign up and how to get donations in and how to get that support out there?
Yeah, sure. How much time do I have? I can talk for hours.
I've got nothing booked till tomorrow, so whatever you want to do.
There you go. So just a few things, and just piggybacking on what Darren said, we won't be hosting a live welcome, but we will have a virtual welcome, and we have some special messages from different officials in the town, and kids, and some other people who know the try through rugby. So we've got some great messages from some great community members. So watch out for those. We have TikTok accounts. We have Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So it's all Barrie TFR. Or Barrie Terry Fox Run. Our TikTok account is, we have one for Terry's Team Barrie, and then we also have one for Terry Fox Run _ Barrie. So some of the things that we've been doing throughout the summer, we've been fortunate. They've had something called Open Air Dunlop, which is the closure of our main street, Darren, in Barrie. And we've had an activation site there every Saturday throughout July and August, and will continue to be there until September 11th. This weekend on Saturday around 10:15, we are super excited to welcome back Will Dwyer. Will is our 96-year-old Barrie 40th. This will be his 41st run that he'll be raising funds for. And to date, he's raised over $1.2 million. His goal is now $2 million. So we're hoping to help him to make that dream come true. So will be down there this Saturday. I encourage everybody to come down, see him, fist bump, drop some money in the jar. We also have some donation buckets at some stores around downtown Barrie, and any of the proceeds that go into those donation buckets will help support Will's fundraising efforts. So we like to work closely with Will, and he's just been, everybody in the community knows him. And I'm sure people who have involved in Terry Fox for a long time know him as well. This beautiful print behind me was donated to Will, was given to Will by the Terry Fox Foundation in honor of the $1 million goal. So, so he has certainly done a lot for fundraising efforts. Like I said, the day of the event, we will be selling T-shirts, and we will be giving out the certificate stickers that everybody likes to have. And we have some free swag. But in the meantime, just keep watching us on our social media. We will have messages on the news, on radio, and keep clicking on that donate link and choosing Barrie if you're from this region.
Perfect. And we very much the same, Marilyn. Thank you for pointing out, like, yes, we definitely will have our merchandise out. We'll be there all day, 10 o'clock till probably 4 to 6 p.m. that day. I know people will go through. Hopefully it will be good weather this year. You know, a couple of years back we had snow here in Edmonton.
Oh, no.
So we never know everything. We're so glad we have.
You watch your language, please, on the stream.
Yeah. We do have a few hoodies left over from last year and toques. So we have our merchandise that will be good. Don't forget, for any of us, you just go to www.terryfox.org to register. One of the first things that comes up is the Terry Fox Run, and it says register. Just click on that button and you scroll down and you can find any of the sites across Canada. Barrie and Edmonton will be, of course, near the front of them because both of our cities' names are up in the alphabet, so you're not scrolling forever. And be there. We too will be out. We were lucky to be chosen to be one of the sites that is doing a protocol this year to test what's called the tip tap machine. So in Edmonton, if you're out and about, you will see tip taps around, and they just look like a bus stop. Salvation Army used them for Christmas, and you can go up and make a donation with your phone, your credit cards, debit cards, and a $5, $10, or $20 tap. And it's as simple as on your way by, you just hold your card up to it and it'll flash green in about 2 seconds and do that. And that helps. We're trialing that this year. So if you see that in Edmonton around, you know that it is legit, and please donate that way as well.
And we're doing the same in Barrie, Darren. So we're trying that out also. I think one of the other things that I wanted to say, and I'm sure, Darren, it's the same for you. I see you wearing your red T-shirt. One of the things we try every year is to just encourage people who are cancer survivors, who are experiencing cancer, to go on and register for the Terry's team, to become a Terry's team member. Just go on, register as though you normally would. There's a box that you can tick that says, are you a cancer survivor? And you can tell your story. You can share your story. And the foundation will send you a red T-shirt with this year's design, which is absolutely lovely. It's in English, French, and Métis, which is a really nice touch. But we encourage you to get out and do that, because I think the more red T-shirts we see means that the research is working, and that the fundraising efforts that support that research are so important. We want to hear from anybody. If you've gone on and got your red T-shirt, please contact us through our social media or through Barrie Terry Fox Run at hotmail.com. And share with us your story, and we'll include that in our social media. We had a little guy come up to our activation site on Saturday. He was 9 years old, and he just happened to be wearing another red T-shirt. And they just moved to Barrie about 2 weeks ago, and Mom and Dad told us that he's now a 4-year cancer survivor. So I had a little chat with him about wearing a red T-shirt and why that's important, and he agreed with me. He said, yeah, that he would get one. So I think the more we can get people signed up for the Terry's team, it's absolutely important to the purpose.
It truly does. It's neat. I would be wearing my one like you guys have, but red this year, but I wear them every day. So this was the only clean red shirt that was left. In Edmonton too. And, you know, social media wise, I think what's so important, and Patrick, you said right off the beginning that we've learned from this pandemic. I think one of the things that we've really learned as a foundation and different run sites is it's helped our runs. in a way that it hasn't. I know last year in Edmonton, schools tried as best they could to do what they could, but what happened a lot of times was go virtually with your family, do the Terry Fox Run again. So families were getting out there walking, and they hadn't necessarily done that in the past. And what it did was it allowed the kids to reteach mom and dad what Terry meant and what Terry still stands for today, 40 years last year, 41 years this year. And I think that's happening. And social media, like Marilyn said, let's share it. We're all linked. Each of our sites, we like all of us all over. Share your pictures, post them walking wherever you are and what you're doing. It's so much fun that we can see Canada as a whole doing the Terry Fox Run coast to coast on September 19th.
Patrick, one of the other cool things that we've discovered this summer, and these activation sites haven't been just for raising funds. It's been about raising awareness and an awareness for us too. We've had some incredible stories from people who have stopped by. Again, another young family with an 8-year-old and 6-year-old boys who tell us that every year they do a bake sale. I think mom and a few other neighbors help out with the bake sale. But mom even admitted, she said the kids are the cute icons that bring everybody in. But last year they raised $1,200 just doing a community bake sale amongst 3 families. And I thought, how powerful is that? And what great lessons that, you're teaching your children by doing that. So I think that's an amazing example of what you can do as a family and how it teaches the children. We get little kids coming up who are 5 or 6 years old, and they immediately, when they see the picture, say, I know who that is. And it's because they've been taught in school. And I think that's amazing that it's included in our education and that they are still talking about it at school.
Yeah, it's so great to see. My daughter's 6, and she's done it every year since pre-birth. When we were pregnant with her, she took part in the Terry Fox Run, so she knows about Terry, and again through school and things as well. She's very, very familiar with it. So this time of year, she starts to remember, oh, it was the Terry Fox Run? Is it Terry Fox? And when she was younger, and the concept of time wasn't quite there, when's the next Terry Fox? Is it this week? And no, it was just last week. It was wait a few more minutes, but it just goes to show the impact Terry still continues to have to this day to so many people, and through people like you who continue to spread his message and offer support and run these community events. And you mentioned, Darren, the coast to coast. It's so great to see, again, Terry's impact and everyone coming together, which for those who join me every week, unfortunately, there maybe isn't enough of that lately of us coming together. There's a lot of division and a lot of uncertainty right now. And events like this and that have been around for 41 years are always so great to bring the community together. And that's what I love about them, to get us kind of back on the same page and maybe to put our differences aside for one day or even a few hours. And we kind of need that. So, and just thinking of that as well, I went and found this very quickly. This is my Terry Fox shirt from 2003.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
really neat to see. I forgot the theme of it, if I can bring it in here. A single dream, a world of hope was the tagline that year. And it was interesting to me that was the tagline, because that year for me, I had the privilege of being in Kandahar, Afghanistan, working for the military. And we were sure to continue the run that year, even though we were stationed abroad. Unfortunately, I didn't get to run it in Kandahar. I was away on my vacation and my time away, and we didn't run it till October because of making sure the shirts got there and everything. But just to see the pride and the touch of home that brought to the troops in Kandahar, that familiarity, and again, Terry's message of coming together and pushing forward, it was a big morale booster for them as well. So for those of you doing the runs this year, again, think of it that way. Remember Terry's message. Look up to Terry Fox. Research him. I know CBC did a great special on him a few weeks ago. That's available on their website, as far as I know, or the CBC Gem app, where you can go and watch that and hear more about Terry. And I know I follow the Terry Fox run social medias as well as both of yours. And there's always a this day kind of in history of Terry Fox kind of moment coming up leading to the run. And I got my emails today. That's what reminded me of September 1st being the day that Terry ultimately had to put things on hold. And I thought, oh, what what a unique tie-in to know you guys are coming on and discuss this today, and being that kind of anniversary date that went on and spreading his message. So I love the stories. I saw again on the Barrie social media, the little boy that had stopped by open air, and that's so heartwarming to see. And again, like you said, great to hear the families doing things together. And from my hand as a wellness and fitness coach, I love that the families are being active together. The parents are role modeling to the kids, and they're getting that time together. And when right now with the pandemic, it's been really a weird time for everybody. So it's nice that they can get that quality time together and do those things together and teach about Terry and teach about supporting great causes and helping out in their community when we can't maybe always be face to face. So the good continues to come from Terry some 41 years later. And like Shelley said, holy cow, 41 years. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been that long that this has been going on. But again, it just grows. It's been very impressive to see how it grows, even with being virtual last year and this year. You can see the growth in it. And like I said, for my team, it's opened up more windows of other people taking part and being on our team and having that camaraderie, even if they're not in Barrie. So, and like you mentioned, social media growth, that's how I've got to know the Edmonton Terry Fox group. I called them Winnipeg at first. I'm sorry, I don't know why my airport acronyms yet, but they helped me out. But I think I assume from following the Barrie Terry Fox run like I have for years, and I always interact with the account, and Randy and I have been in contact for years with things. They follow me on Instagram, and they've tuned into some of my PatFacts before and have been there. So they said, when you do something, let us know. And that's how we're able to bring both of you on. And so it's kind of neat to see those two different perspectives. So what I'll maybe get you guys to do, either from you or from the social media holders, I'll get some of those handles from you. I know a couple of the Barrie ones and some Instagram ones for Edmonton. But I'll get those and put them in my descriptions for some of the videos so people can see them, and I'll tag them so that they can take a look at them and find your community. Basically, if you Google Terry Fox and put your community name, something will come up, the website or social media or a bit of everything. You can find it there and get connected and again, learn more about Terry, learn more about your local organizations, and offer that support any way you can. I love the TAP initiative this year that saves people so much of just carrying cash and trying to handle it. And of course, with COVID, safe protocols and things, but to know that with their phone, or a lot of people now with their watch, they can just walk up and give a tap, make their donation, and then take part in the run. It makes it even more user friendly than it already is, because the committees do such a great job with that. So like all of us, you can see Terry, even though he's not with us physically, he's still learning, he's still growing, and we're all still learning and growing as individuals as well. So thank you for sharing all your stories and information about the run that's upcoming. It's been so great and such an honor to take part in it. I guess we'll just go around and maybe Darren, we'll start with you. Is there any closing remarks, any information you want to give, something about Terry or the event itself, that, or maybe a touching story that you've experienced over these past years, or something you went through that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I'm the fourth Albertan with my type of cancer, so I'm a pretty rare person, and was told, I wasn't supposed to live 16 months past my treatment if I made it through, which they said no. It's been 9 years now, and you ask where your money's going. I'm where your money's going. 2 of my treatments were projects funded by the Terry Fox Foundation. Our original scientific director from the Terry Fox Research Institute was asked the question, where does the money go? Where does the money go? And he told us, run organizers, at the beginning of this season, 2 words: precision medicine. And we've gotten now to the place, and hugely because of Terry Fox Foundation and Research Institute, it's the right medicine for the right person at the right time. It's not anymore, oh, you have brain cancer, this is what we do. It's no, this is who you are, this is the stage you're at, and we're living longer. I'm here as proof of that, and there are so many people. Our stats sometimes don't look as good. I know on that Power to One that CBC did, there was a message, or Terry spoke after, there was called an after show, and he said, back in 1980, the stats were 1 in 4 that you would get cancer, 1 in 5 that you would pass. Well, unfortunately, the stats are now 1 in 2 that you'll get it in your lifetime. But there are so many more people. The population's huge, and we are living a heck of a lot longer. So I guess my closing message is you still have 19 days to sign up. And like Marilyn said, it doesn't have to be on that day. And I still believe there's 35 million plus Canadians. Terry only asked for $1. Could you imagine if everybody gave that single dollar? That's $35 million. I love the foundation. It's highly fiscally responsible. So the huge majority of that money goes to cancer research. So that's what I do. But you know what? Get out there, get with your families, run virtually. In Edmonton, run virtually. If you want to come to the welcome live. It will be live streamed as well. So wherever you are, you have the full choice to do what you're comfortable with. And please be careful, whatever you're doing. Thanks for having me, Pat.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for being here and sharing. It's a nice break for everyone, I'm sure, because usually it's just me here talking and giving advice and tips. So I'm sure they like the break. And yeah, thank you for being here. Like I said, it's been really cool to interact with the Edmonton account and just kind of get to know them within the last few weeks, which led to me having you on with us too, and just to hear your perspective as a survivor, and then also kind of the Edmonton style of run, and to hear that there are two different kind of versions being run. We're all kind of doing what we need to do in these current times. So thanks for coming on and sharing that. Marilyn, same thing for you. If there's any stories you want to share, or again, any last tidbits about the Barrie event or something related to Terry, whatever you like, the floor is yours for a little bit to wrap us up here.
Okay. So I guess a couple of things I'd like to mention. Last year, we did a celebration trip across Canada on our motorcycle, 8,000 kilometers, and stopped at the the Terry Fox Memorial in Thunder Bay, and that was a celebration trip to celebrate actually 5 years of being cancer-free for my husband, and that's absolutely because of what you're saying, Darren, that the medication, it was a new medication that they had found, and it's other people who have had a similar cancer are now also survivors. And I think that's so critical that we recognize that and know that maybe it is 1 in 2 people who will get cancer, but how many of those people will also be survivors? So I think that's a really important message. And you know, we all have personal stories that we share of why we're involved, or if it's 1 in 2 people, then I think everybody's impacted by cancer at some point in their life. One of the strong messages that I would like to share with the city of Barrie, we raised $150,000 last year, so we did reach that $1 per person in Barrie, which was amazing. And a lot of that, we have to say thank you to Will Dwyer for being, you know, such a strong powerhouse behind the fundraising efforts. But to somebody like you, Patrick, for being here and taking the time to share with us, and as a personal trainer and as an entrepreneur, you know, getting out there and getting our message out to other businesses and corporations in our cities. And Darren, I'm sure the same for you. You know, do something in your company, hold some kind of an event within your company. If you're in a specific business, challenge other people who are in that same business, to get out there and involve your employees. It can be a great leadership. It can be a great team involvement exercise, just to build that camaraderie within your company. So I guess my challenge is to the city of Barrie and all the businesses here is, you know, let's hear what you're doing in your company to support the Terry Fox Run.
Awesome. So great, Marilyn. So there you guys have it. Barrie businesses, you've been challenged. Marilyn said it. She stepped up. So let's see what you've got cooking. I know, like I mentioned, I worked for the Armed Forces for 10 years. I was privileged to do that deployment and had the Terry Fox Run there. But also because I'm bilingual, I was fortunate enough to MC the event twice at Base Borden and get to run off the totals that the units on the base would do similarly to a business. They would have an in-house competition, or they would challenge some of the other units to see who could raise the most money and do different events. And usually they would do one of the high ranking would offer a head shave or something if they raised enough money and things like that. And again, like you said, it really brought the community there on the base together and really gave everyone that kind of glimmer of hope that sometimes we don't always get. And that was Terry's provided that to us back then, and still continues to do so today. And even just to do warm-ups for the event at the base and virtually last year. Again, just a sense of pride, just to see everyone's involvement, to look out over a sea of people and know that they're all there to support cancer research and to support Terry's legacy and to keep this moving forward, so we can hopefully one day not have to do this, where we can find those medicines and those cures and kind of get rid of this, or at least diminish it as much as we can, so that not as many have to deal with it. But I did love what you said, Darren, about the difference in treatments now, and how it's, you're Darren, you need this. And I know two of sort of my fitness mentors have gone through cancer. One was able to survive, one unfortunately succumbed to it. But they were both kind of in that boat. They did some research and found things that worked for them, specifically as a person, not necessarily to the cancer itself. And then they incorporated the fitness and wellness lifestyle to further help the treatments they were getting and to try to boost their cells. I know Shelly's here with us. I see her in the comments. She'll know our guy Peter Twist has gone through this, and he really ramped up. He was a top-notch athlete in peak condition as it was, but he actually had a tumor this size in his neck. Yep. He gave us a ball one year. We signed it, "I will," to show up and be our best. And he had one of those in his neck. He found it, and through his treatments and things being specific to him, and again, really fine tuning his health and nutrition and fitness even more than already was, he was able to beat it and move on, and is still cancer free today and spreading that message. So it's nice to see that, again, it's not just a cookie cutter kind of approach, for lack of a better word, because we're all different. We all handle things differently. Our body responds differently to different treatments and medicines and sicknesses. So and it's really great to see. And for those, I'm not behind the scenes organizationally to know about the funding like Darren and Marilyn are, but I know in just interacting with the Terry Fox organization, both in Barrie, in Edmonton, and at the head office, it's nothing but professionalism. When they contact you to sign up your team, when they send you your shirts, when you need any support with your online portal or donations, everyone there is top notch and friendly, and you can hear them smile through the phone when you talk to them. And even when they type, you can read that they're smiling when they type that to you. So very top notch organization to deal with. So make sure that you take advantage of it. And if you have questions, reach out. If you're not sure about something, reach out. I know on the website, it does mention where funding goes and how it's used, and it's broken down so you can understand where your donations go, where your money's raised go as well. So as I mentioned, I am entering a team in. Again, this is our 4th year entering it as our team, Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness. So if you want to join the team, if you go to your register at your terryfox.org, when you click to register as an individual, you can join a team, search for Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness, or you can go to terryfox.ca/POYB-fit, like Pat on Your Back Fit, and you can join the team there. We raised just over $1,500, I believe, last year. So we're looking at $2,000 this year as our goal. So you can join the team, run with us virtually. You can sponsor us or the event itself. Again, there's so many different options. And if you're somewhere else, again, look up Terry Fox in your area. Maybe if it's not in your town, chances are somewhere close by is running one, because it is really a coast to coast to coast initiative and event, and really international. I know I've heard of them being run in Asia and different countries as well. So wherever you are, there's going to be some sort of Terry Fox event going on. And again, with the virtual kind of status that we've gone through these last couple of years, there's no reason really. You can run around your house, you can run around your front yard, you can walk down the street and back. And like Marilyn and Darren both said, anytime now, you're not restricted to just that date. You could do it early, you could do it now, and then challenge yourself on the 19th, maybe to do a little faster or go a little further. You can build some of these things into it. And again, maybe that's another workplace challenge with some of your colleagues, is maybe who can go the furthest or who can do the most mileage between now and September 19th. We've got a few more days still left to register and join up. So again, guys, what we'll do is I'll be sure to reach out to your social media gang and get the information, because I know the TikTok and things are new, or at least new to me, for the Terry Fox Run in Barrie. So we'll get that information out. Make sure it's in our comments here on our platform so people can check it out and click. And again, if you're not sure, we mentioned earlier, you can Google it and your city, your town, and it'll come up. Or if you go terryfox.org, you can sign up there, register. You can volunteer, I believe. If they're looking for volunteers, you can apply for things there. You can get your shirts from that as well. And I love the shirt design this year. It's so cool. And again, as we said, it has the Indigenous heritage that Terry had, that they found, is incorporated in the shirt this year, which is so nice to see. And the 3 languages for the messages on the shirt. I love the shirt this year. And if you're a fundraiser, like for our team, if you buy a shirt, it counts toward your fundraising as well. So if you want to sign up for the team, maybe just get a shirt to contribute that way, it still counts toward our fundraising goals, and that money is included in your total. So another cool initiative. I know I saw the other day Adidas has re-released some of the Terry Fox collection, so feel free to check that out. Again, just head to terryfox.org. Everything's there. Or look up your local Terry Fox organization, and they'll take such good care of you and get you off on that right foot. Marilyn, I didn't get my sticker last year, so I'm going to make sure I come down and get last year's sticker and this year's sticker, because I have a hole in my board here. I got to fix it. My 10-year as a business, when I first signed up, it was a certificate for first decade of commitment. So this will be year 4 of 10. So we've got a few more to go, but we're going to make sure we fill that guy up in 10 years.
Yeah, we do have them. We got some for anybody who missed getting one from last year. So
awesome. Well, Darren and Marilyn, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all you do for your respective committees and for the Terry Fox Foundation. Have a wonderful event on the 19th. Again, remember terryfox.org to sign up. If you want to join our team, you can look for Team Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness, and watch this again. See some of those ideas that Marilyn and Darren shared. It doesn't have to be rocket science. Very simple things can work on team building and raising some great funds for a great cause to honor the legacy of a great man, Terry Fox. Darren and Marilyn, thank you so much for being here. Take care, everybody. Remember, always make yourself the priority you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe, gang, and take care.
thank you.